Hello and welcome back to Heroes End Gaming. I'm Josh, and today we are going to evaluate all of the Marvel Crisis Protocol characters and see who is the strongest character. So the first question we have to ask ourselves, what is strong in the Marvel Crisis Protocol game system? Of course, we could evaluate how tactical a character is, who's the best value character, but specifically strong, aka strength, in the Marvel Crisis Protocol system is the number of dice rolled for an attack. So we're going to take that literally and see how many dice we can get in a single attack, and whoever can generate the most will be our winner today. So of course we're not going to deep dive into every single character in Marvel Crisis Protocol, as there has been over 80 different unique characters. So we're going to have to set up some ground rules like we did in our previous test so we can establish who will be eligible to participate in the strength contest. First thing that we're going to have to restrict to is a character innately by themselves getting a single attack to 11 dice. There are a bunch of characters that can get up to 10, but our cutoff point is going to be that 11 dice, because if you go big, you gotta go 11. After a character qualifies with their 11 die attack, we're going to allow them to have 10 power at their disposal, and that can be used on their innate powers as well as tactic cards. We're not going to have any outside character buffing, like Thanos buffing a character to have a higher attack. We're trying to see who can have the highest attack with their own power. After everything is said and done, there still might be a tie for first, second, or third place, in which case any rerolls or mods will determine who is the higher standing at that level. Rerolls, any additional results from wilds, and the like will tell us who is the better character for that tiebreaker.
Strongest Avenger.
Access denied.
With the rules explained and the contestants all lined up, here are the 6 characters that made it into the Strongest Characters Championship. We have Black Bolt, Crossbones, Drax, Killmonger, Wolverine, and the Hulk. Black Bolt with his Whisper attack on his injured side, with a staggering Beam 4 Strength 9 base attack, which he can buff with his Focus Power ability for only 3 more power to get him up to an 11 die attack just by himself. Crossbones Strike and Overpower attack are both Strength 5 base, so we're going to use Strike here so that we have more than enough power to buff it with his Haymaker twice for a total of 6 extra dice, bringing him up to an 11 die strike. For Drax, we're going to use his Titan Killer attack, which is a Strength 3 base, but he gets 1 additional die for each damage token on him, which he has 6 damage on both sides, netting him 5 extra dice for that attack. In combination with his Driven by Vengeance, which can essentially give him 3 additional dice for an attack, bringing him up to a Strength 11 Titan Killer attack. Killmonger with his Black Ops Strike, which is a Strength 7 attack, and his Focused on the Kill innate superpower will build him up to 7 dice. But then he has a variable of kill count, which he gains an additional die for each character he dazes or KOs. Granted, this is more difficult than it is common, so we'll put this at a average 3 characters dazed or KO'd, netting him a total of 12 strength for his Black Ops Strike. Wolverine very simply has his Berserker Barrage attack, which is a 7 strength attack base, in combination to his injured side's innate ability, Wild Rage, which gains him an additional die for each damage he has on his character, which he has 5 stamina on his injured side, so this could gain him a total of 4 additional dice, bringing his Berserker Barrage up to a Strength 11 attack. And finally we come to the Hulk, which his Strike at a Strength 6 attack and his Hulk Smash at a Strength 8 for 4 power, in combination with his innate ability You Won't Like Me When I'm Angry, which can net him up to 6 additional dice per attack, will gain him the title of having the highest innate ability without tactic cards at 12 and 14 strength respectively.
Voice activation required.
Banner.
Welcome, Strongest Avenger.
What?
Now that we have our contestants, we can use the 10 power that we gave them earlier and 5 tactic cards to try and get them to the highest strength possible. Now the common tactic cards we're going to be using today will be Doomed Prophecy, Battle Lust, Smash, Unearthly Rage, and 1-2 Punch. Granted, Unearthly Rage and 1-2 Punch are kind of dependent on the state of the board, whether there's an ally or another enemy within range 2 of that character to get those bonus dice, but we're going to give them everything that they can to try and get the highest attack possible. We're also going to possibly use, no matter the cost, dependent on whether the character could use that discount in power for their attack, to try and push them over the edge and get the highest attack they can possibly achieve. So without further ado, let's go through our strongest champion contestants, starting with 6th place with Crossbones. Crossbones started at 11 strength, using 8 power for 2 haymakers. We're actually going to discount a power by replacing one of those haymakers with Doomed Prophecy, allowing him to spend 3 extra power on tactic cards. The first being 1 power for 2 extra dice with 1-2 Punch, and also 2 extra dice for Unearthly Rage, getting him up to 15 strength with a strike for 10 power. In 5th place we have Black Bolt, who initially started with 11 strength and 9 power being spent for his Whisper attack and his Focus power. We're going to first use, no matter the cost, to discount 3 power off of his Whisper attack. We're going to use Doom Prophecy to get him 4 extra strength dice at the cost of 3 power, and then finally a 1-2 Punch, giving him a grand total of 17 strength for 10 power spent. In 4th place we have Drax the Destroyer, who initially started with an 11 strength attack for only 3 power. We're going to use, no matter the cost, to discount that to a 0 cost, as well as 3 power for Doom Prophecy, 2 power for Unearthly Rage, 1-2 Punch, and Battle Lust, getting up a grand total of 20 strength for 7 power. Before we go on to our 3rd, 2nd, and 1st place winners, I want to do a quick honorable mention to Carnage, who innately gets up to 9 dice with his Let There Be Carnage and Sadistic Killer for 7 power, and then throwing on Doomed Prophecy on top of that makes him have a 14 strength Area 2 attack that has a Wild and Hit proc for Rampage, doing an additional damage to each person around him in that same attack area. While that doesn't make the top ratings of the dice pool that we're getting today for our contestants, it's worth noting that only for 10 power you can get 14 dice in an Area 2 effect. And in 3rd place is Wolverine, with his 11 strength attack costing 3 power, with no matter the cost, discounting that to 0, and Doom Prophecy, 1-2 Punch, Battle Lust, and Unearthly Rage, bringing him all the way up to 21 strength for 8 power. And in 2nd place is Killmonger, starting with a 12 die, 3 power attack of his Black Ops Strike. We can use, no matter the cost, to make that a 0 cost attack. Combine that with Usurp the Throne, 1-2 Punch, Doom Prophecy, and Battle Lust to get him up to 22 dice for 9 power spent. That's right, everyone. That means the Hulk is our number 1 strongest character in the Marvel Crisis Protocol game. Starting off with a 14 strength attack die pool that costs 4 power, discounting that down to 1 using no matter the cost, with a combination of Battle Lust, 1-2 Punch, Unearthly Rage, and Smash, brings the Incredible Hulk all the way to a hulking 25 strength for 10 power attack.
Hulk is strongest there is!
Thank you for watching another Heroes End Gaming video. If you like the content that we've been creating here, feel free to like the video, hit the subscribe button, and ring the bell. We also now have a Patreon page with a link in the description below. Also, feel free to buy me a pizza for me and my family, also in the description down below. Until next time, I've been Josh. Happy gaming.